Hey guys, here we are out at my workbench. I just wanted to show you something I'm working on, and then I'm going to show you something else that just came in the mail today. I'm working on a couple of these Athearn / Walthers P42 Amtrak units, installing the DCC system with sound in there. And I wanted to give you guys just a couple of pointers in case you guys decide to do the same thing. There's a couple of things you're going to need to do to this if you want to convert it to DCC with sound. If you want to do just DCC, it comes already pre-equipped with a quick plug. I think it's a 9-pin DCC, so you can just plug right in there and be off. But if you want to do sound, there's a couple of minor modifications you'll have to make. One, if you got a decent sized speaker with a baffle, which you should, if you're going to have decent sound, you're going to need to make room for it. Now in the back here, just like in the front, hope you can see this here, this metal tab that comes up. In the old days with the Athearn Blue Box, there used to be sort of a brass spring metal that went across here to the top of the motor, and that carried the current from here to the motor. Now they've done away with that and they've gone with a wire, but they still have this little metal piece on the front and on the back. But as you can see, I've cut it off in the back, so it's no longer there. And then you want to solder a wire to it. So basically you just want to get that below the level of this gearbox here, so it doesn't stick up above it. If it sticks up above it, it's going to hit the speaker, and then your truck is not going to move properly. So that's one thing you've got to do. Just chop that off with a Dremel tool with a cut-off disc and solder a wire to that. The other thing you're going to need to do is, since the board that comes with the model has this clip on it here, this clip clips to the top of the motor, and the current is transferred from this clip to the motor. And that is no longer an option once you go with DCC. So you're going to want to go to the front of the motor. There's a brass piece that goes across the top of the motor and it holds the brush in. You just want to solder a wire to that brass piece there, and that's going to be your wire that goes for your motor positive. The other thing to remember is that the wire coming up from the bottom of the motor is the motor negative. If you get those two switched, the headlights will work in the right direction, but the train will be going in the wrong direction. Don't ask me how I know that, I just do. So make sure you get that correct. The wire from the top of the motor is motor positive, the wire from the bottom of the motor is motor negative. So it's an easy installation. The one thing you really need to watch out for is these stupid ladders here. When you take the shell off and on, I hope you can see this, but right here there's a little slot that this tab catches, and that's what keeps the shell on. So when you flex the shell out and start to pull it off, this little protruding tab here catches each rung of the ladder as it comes up, so really wants to rip the ladders off. This one here I've been pretty lucky on. This one over here, I was lucky on one side. I lost this one and put it back on. The back one I've lost completely. I haven't found it yet, and I'll keep looking for it, and I'm sure I'll find it, or I'll make a replacement and get that one on there. So there they are. They're both ready. I'm going to close this one up and we'll take them over to the test track. I'll get them programmed as a consist, and then I'll run them for a second and do a little video showing you what they look like and what they sound like. They should sound real cool. You know, I don't remember the YouTube username, but there's a guy on YouTube, a young guy, that had one of these and put a sound system in it, this exact same soundboard, and he's the one that kind of inspired me to do this. So I'll put it in the notes below in the description who this person is. Okay, I'll take this over and we'll get it going and see what it looks like. Oh wait, one more thing. This just came in the mail today from the big brown train truck, and it has never been opened. So I'm going to open it right now. This is a Athearn Genesis SD70ACe in the Western Pacific Heritage scheme with sound and DCC, of course. So let's see what this guy looks like. I'm sure it's going to be quite beautiful. Okay. And there she goes, UP number 1983. That looks pretty nice. Let's pull this out of here. Very nice. So there she is, the Athearn Genesis SD70ACe with DCC and tsunami sound. So we'll get this over on the track too and have a look at it and have a listen to it, see what this is like. Okay, we'll take a quick look and listen to the two new Amtrak locomotives that I just put the sound system in the DCC. I don't have any Amtrak cars just yet, so they're going to be pulling some Metrolink cars. It still should look pretty cool. So here they go. Guys, I'll give you a quick look at the Athearn Genesis SD70ACe. It's a Union Pacific Heritage scheme.